Daredevil Season 2, episode number 11. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to next week's episode of Daredevil. Closer and closer to that finale. Two off, I believe. We have episodes 12 and 13 after this one. And then that's it for Season 2. And then we come to, what we're going to do moving forward. But nonetheless, we are here to next week's episode, man. And I'm super excited for it. The way we ended last week, we have the hand essentially what looks like about to destroy Matt, man. He can barely take one of these dudes on one-on-one. And it looked like at the end of last episode, we had, I don't know, like 10 to 15 of them scaling the hospital building. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming they're coming for the people that were quote unquote taken for them, right? Because you can't really say taken from them because they were kidnapped. But, the people that Matt had saved and were in the hospital getting healed. Obviously, I don't know if something was activated. I don't know how they control them, but they had them kill Stan, which was kind of fucked up because I'm assuming his son was probably the one to do it. So that's really sad. I wonder if they're like cognitive when they're in this state that they're in, because it's almost like they're zombies. They're just being controlled essentially, but I'm assuming they're coming for them, probably not coming for Matt. Matt's going to be there to try and stop them. So maybe they aren't going to full out go for him. Maybe Elektra comes back. We had that scene with her last episode. I think she was still in New York at that point getting ready to leave. So maybe after, she realized Styx sent somebody to kill her, she'll go back to Matt, try and find him. Maybe she'll come to the hospital and help him. I don't know, but Matt needs some help, man. I'm super excited for that. Obviously, all the Fisk stuff is still great. That scene with them in the jail, Matt and him, was probably my favorite scene from last episode, just seeing them talk. Like, Fisk, I don't need any violence when it comes to Fisk, bro. The violence in action scenes is a plus. But when it comes to Fisk, bro, just the dialogue from his character, the way it's delivered from his actor, it's beautiful, man. I could watch him have conversations, interactions with different characters all day long with no action scenes, and I would fucking love the show. But regardless, man, so much is going on. We still have the Punisher stuff too. Like 3 different storylines going on at this point. Some of them are kind of intertwined, but not entirely. But obviously the Punisher stuff still too. He saved Karen toward the end of last episode, so I wonder what's going to happen with that. I wonder what's going to happen with him. But guys, regardless, I'm going to stop wasting time. We're going to go ahead. We're going to hop into this episode. Before we do, I do ask if you guys are new to the channel, you do hit that subscribe button, comment down below what you guys want to see next, man, and drop a like on the video for your boy. Full reaction to be up on Patreon, as well as early access to the next 2 episodes if you guys want to check that out. Link in the description down below. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to hop into this episode. See what we got, man. See where we pick up. I'm assuming we got to pick up right at the hospital, right? With the way we ended last week's episode. I feel like these past few episode endings, the cliffhangers have been bigger and bigger. Like more abrupt, kind of.
We just need to quarantine them until the cops can clear. Oh my god.
Oh.
What the hell?
Yep. Yeah, these cops don't stand a chance, man.
No! Lisa!
Yep. Dude. He said they might come for the people that saved him too. What is this, a 5-on-1? That's got to be really locked in here, man. Yeah, all the kids are getting out. More coming in too, bro. Yeah, because there was only, what, 6 there? Okay, Claire! Get you some! Ooh. Whoa! Oh my god, that was awesome, bro. What? Yo! That was probably the craziest stunt they've done in this show so far. That was great. Wow. That was awesome. I mean, yeah, see, they weren't really coming for Matt. They were just coming for the kids, so they wanted them and Lynn left. I figured there was no way Matt was going to be able to take them all.
Don't let him take us back down there.
He said, don't let them take us back down there. I wonder how much they're being controlled, bro. Like, they got to be completely out of it, right? For the most part, because they can't want to stay there, bro. Like, she said they had injected stuff in their bloodstream too, right? And they were kind of using it like taps to take out whatever they need. Ah, man. I hope they explain it more, because I am curious as to how it all works and what it's all going to connect to. But, I mean, we got what? Again, 2 episodes left after this, but these episodes are pretty long, so they can explain a lot in them. But that scene with him jumping out the window to save Claire, definitely the most badass scene. Well, not most badass scene, but definitely the coolest stunt in the show. Yeah, I feel like that was pretty crazy. Was that Claire's first time too, really seeing Matt in action? Like, I know she was there in season 1 when he was interrogating the guy on the roof, but I mean in action against a couple of people, like going all out.
It's one thing to try to take on the mob or to block some shady real estate deal. But this stuff...
People just killed your friend.
I know.
I can't just let that happen, Claire. Not in my city.
It's not your city anymore. Matt, admit, you're in over your head.
What I'm saying, he needs help. He needs help, but who can he call to help? Like Elektra's and Stick. That's about it.
You sure you didn't see anything unusual outside your apartment?
Not that I remember.
And the man who blindsided the 2 officers, you couldn't tell if it was Castle.
Like I said in my statement, when the shooting began, I hit the decks and stayed there.
So she didn't want to tell him about Frank. Makes sense. He's an escaped convict, right?
The car's outside. Powell and Reed will escort you to a safe location. We'll keep someone posted outside 24/7.
So she's gonna be in like a little safe house, huh? I mean, it makes sense. She's the only person who survived that, you know, Frank went after, right? Obviously, we know it's not Frank, but they all think it is. So they're probably thinking that he's gonna try and go after her again.
Why didn't you call me?
Would you have answered? Look, Matt, I know that you mean well, but I can take care of myself.
No, you can't, Karen. Not if Frank Castle wants you dead. No one can.
You're right. Castle's dangerous, and maybe I can't handle this, but I don't want your help.
What's going on with you? What are you holding back?
Frank didn't do this, okay? Matter of fact, he saved me.
At least she's telling him.
Great, lying to the cops. Smart,
But that's
Karen.
my problem, not yours. Frank thinks he can find this guy faster than the NYPD, and honestly, I agree with him.
He probably can.
Matt, I'm not yours to protect.
Oh. Yeah. They still haven't, I mean, like, we still haven't even had time to talk about what happened with Elektra, you know, and explain that situation. But I don't know if explaining anything will help unless he literally tells her that he's Daredevil. Who's picking her up? Ellison? Or Frank? Frank. This song.
I'm not a lawyer. I'm not protected by attorney-client privilege.
That's true.
Lying to the cops, that makes me an accessory.
Okay. So walk away. Go.
Blacksmith already tried to get me once. I really don't want to give him a second chance.
Yeah, I mean, I'd much rather have Frank going after the guy than the cops, you know? No shade thrown, but it's just what it is. So I guess the blacksmith wasn't Dutton from prison, but it definitely seemed like that.
Your opening statement set the tone for the trial, which if Castle hadn't been such a lunatic, you might have actually won. Some are saying it was impressive.
I lost the case. My firm imploded.
And now you're a free agent. You can finally be your own man. What you might consider a failure could actually be something else.
One door closes, another opens.
And here I was thinking you were gonna take advantage of me in my fragile state.
No, Franklin. Not yet.
Maybe they'll, I mean, that's just his little fling. You know, maybe they're one of those couples that enjoy each other's company and stuff, but it don't work out long term.
Did you mention the part where you unethically and unilaterally brought those 5 patients into this hospital?
Oh, easy. With all due respect, we just lost one of our own.
And whose fault was that?
Wow, she's blamed for it. That's right, because the police told her to keep it on the DL. Wow. She could lose her job, huh?
He came after you, Claire. What choice did you have?
The one she pushed out the window, huh?
This scar, it looks like it's from...
An autopsy. That's not possible.
Maybe he was resurrected too.
Maybe it was some sort of freak accident. Unorthodox open heart surgery.
Look at him. He was gutted like a fish.
Yeah, they brought him back like Nobu.
All right, that's it. I'm shutting this down. You and you out. And you. Not a word to anyone, understand?
We gotta cover this up.
I'm not jeopardizing this hospital's financial future over a nurse's wild eye.
Wait, all of a sudden this is about money?
That's none of your business.
It's always been about that for him, probably. I mean, what can you do? He's got the power, you know what I mean? Yeah, he was definitely brought back to life like Nobu was. Wow. I wonder how many times they've done it.
We never had more than his code name. That's what makes him so high value. He's elusive. Look, I'm telling you, 3 government agencies couldn't find him. There's a new rival on the scene. It doesn't move half the product, but it's still more than everyone else. Look, Ray's figured if anyone has
Keep your eyes forward.
If anyone has a clue about the blacksmith's identity, it would be his worst enemy.
Who?
Give me the name.
We don't have one. Look, the only place where drugs and corruption rival your neighborhood. Chinatown.
Maybe Madame Gao's been gone for a while. Maybe she ain't coming back. Maybe not Madame Gao. Maybe it's Nobu and them that he's talking about. Because I don't think Blacksmith is connected to Nobu and them at all, right?
This guy, he's a ghost. He works alone. I'm close to it.
How do you know?
I just do.
Okay, so what? That leaves us with railroads, shipping lines, trucks, maybe?
It's got to be something, man. I get where Frank's coming from, though. For him to be this elusive, he has to either have a super small circle or really just be working alone. But, I mean, I doubt it's alone.
You're honest. You never lie to me.
Does he?
Matt?
Come on. Let's not do that. Okay, the lawyer. I mean, not the other one. Murdoch.
Woo! That camera pin. I love when shows do that. It's like a tone shift.
Hard person to get to know. I just think that inside he's...
You love him, right?
You can't know that.
I'm sorry, can't know what?
You can't.
Come on, we're in court. All that shit going on, it's all over your face. You can't hide that. You love him.
Bro, I love Frank's character, man.
He's the kind of man who hurts people. Not like you, but he damages them.
Sorry, is that supposed to mean something?
So those are the people that you get out of your life.
Is that right? Like, I might generally be considered out of my skull. So this might not mean much, but that's gonna be the craziest, most batshit thing I've ever heard in my life. People that can hurt you, the ones that can really hurt you, are the ones that are close enough to do it. People that get inside you and tear you apart and make you feel like you're never gonna recover. Shit. I would chop my arm off right here in this restaurant just to feel that one more time for my wife.
That connection.
She'd rip it out, she'd tear it apart, she'd step on that shit, feed it to a dog. I mean, she was ruthless, she brought the pain. But she'll never hurt me again. You see, I'll never feel that. You sit here and you're all confused about this thing, but you have it. You have everything. So hold on to it.
I didn't expect to get this from the Punisher with her.
What's happening?
The Buick. Drove around the block 3 times before it pulled up.
Who are they?
Just some guys who were about to walk into a diner for the last time.
You wanted them here. You parked me outside like...
Yeah.
Bait.
I mean, yeah. That's what you are. I mean, he said he'd catch him. Why else would you be here? Why else would you be here, Karen? Unless you're going to be used as bait, right? You know what I mean? Dude, I didn't expect that from the Punisher, but he's right, you know? It's like the old saying, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all, right? It's better to be able to feel that pain and stuff than feel nothing. Oh, I mean, again, if he tells her he's Daredevil, it would explain so much. But I get why it's not something he can just go tell people. You know, he knew Foggy for how long, and Foggy had to find out on his own. But dude, I'm telling you, I love the dialogue in the show from Fisk and from the Punisher. I hope the dialogue is just as good in the Punisher. Oh man, Matt, he doing it silent.
Come here. Who do you work for?
Yeah, they ain't gonna talk. You have to torture them a little bit. They're probably more scared of who they work for than, you know, you. That's the thing. Who's it gonna be? Nobu. Oh, Madame Gao, it is her.
The devil of Hell's Kitchen.
The return.
Madame Gao.
It makes sense. Because she was moving that shit before, too.
Call your men off.
Why would I do that?
Because otherwise I'm gonna break their legs.
He doesn't want to take her down. He just wants info on the blackjack, right? Or on the blacksmith, the blackjack. He just wants info on the blacksmith, right? Because this is who they were talking about. Interesting, man. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. He ain't scared to show him who he is. Whoa! Bro, we need to keep one alive. Dude, we've had a lot of action this episode, man. It's been great. Ooh, did he get him there? That sounded like a cut. Ooh, was that hot coffee too? Ooh! We need to keep one alive, man. This dude's sitting here bleeding out. That other dude you just stabbed 10 times.
Screw you.
I mean, yeah, he was gonna die anyway. That had to be for intimidation. He couldn't kill this one. He's not even gonna make it quick. Dude! Half his cheek is off, bro.
They're here. I can take you.
Yep, I expected that. Bro, you see that piece of his cheek just cut off his face, dude? The Punisher don't play, man. Again, the brutality, dude. I mean, he's doing what he's got to do to get shit done, but like, dude. Karen, don't look at this. What did you expect after you just heard all that?
You need to call the police.
I mean, he used her as bait, got the information he needed, right? Oh, at least he's got a location for the blacksmith now. I wonder if the I mean, I'm assuming it can't be someone we like know, right? Like, it's got to be a new character, maybe somebody from comics or something like that, but it's a big build up for him.
Your word was you left Hell's Kitchen. Surprised you came back.
What made you think I ever left?
Multiple charges pending against you. Drug dealing, money laundering. Oh yeah, slavery.
That's the reason you come to me?
It's not enough.
I suppose after all this time I expected more from you.
I want your competition. A heroin dealer with the street name Blacksmith.
He's like, interesting.
My sources tell me his product come in by ship.
Yep.
Which beer?
If I knew that, this conversation wouldn't be necessary.
That matches up to the information Frank got.
Thanks, Madam Cow.
But I fear that the path you've chosen isn't going to be an easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never is.
That was a cool little return for her character. You know, she's always had like a respect. She's not been like other villains. Like, what she's doing is fucked up and everything like that, 100%. But the way she talks and carries herself is different, and I enjoy it.
I'm not sure exactly when this hospital became more concerned with private donations or saving our own asses, but just an FYI, it used to be a place where job number one was saving lives. I won't be any part of this.
Ooh. I don't blame her, man. She's always had good core values, it seems like, since she's been introduced in the show, right?
And outside perimeter's not gonna...
Frank, you don't miss. I mean, this is the blacksmith's location and product, right? But is he actually going to be here? He's gonna burn it all too. Wow. I mean, he hasn't seen Daredevil since episode 4, right? The end of it. Like, he hasn't seen Matt as Daredevil since then. No, they haven't interacted.
The cash, the shit, just take it. Take it all.
Is that what you think's gonna happen, huh?
Please.
You think you're gonna talk your way out of this shit?
I don't think he's the blacksmith, man.
Sid.
I don't want to die.
That was a kneecap shot.
Say it. I want you to tell me.
I don't think he is, man. If he is, I feel like that was a little too easy.
The blacksmith. I'm the one. Just finish it. Finish it.
He said he is the blacksmith, man. I don't know if I believe that, bro.
Get out of here, Red.
He's lying, Frank. We're here for the same reasons, all right? I want the blacksmith just as much as you, but he's not him. I know when someone's telling the truth, Frank. He's not.
He can hear his heart.
What do you gotta learn? Mind your own.
Reinforcements.
God damn it, Frank. We want the same thing.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I don't want to fight you.
Matt isn't striking back, or at least he wasn't for a bit. I mean, Frank's pretty weak right now. I think Matt wins this fight in this state.
You just couldn't let me have it. 1 second in peace. It's right there. You had a sweep in. You feel good about yourself.
It's not him, man. I don't think so.
Help me. Work with me to find the man who gave the order.
And then what, Red? We gotta bring him in for justice. Is that what we're gonna do? Your way's bullshit, Red. It doesn't work. I need him gone. It's gotta be permanent. It's gotta be finished.
I understand. You're right. My way isn't working. So maybe just this once. Maybe. Yeah. Your way is what it's gonna take.
Oh, you gonna let him kill him?
You cross over to my side of the line.
The music.
You don't get to come back from that.
Maybe, I mean, he can just let Frank do it. You know, Matt doesn't have to be the one to actually kill him, right? Like, he can just let Frank do that.
We gotta get off this boat before they open fire.
You goddamn right you do.
He said, you, man.
One match, two match.
Penny and dime.
Here I come. Here I come.
It's been a long time, hasn't it, Frank? Kill him!
Ooh. Jesus, bro. The way they say Frank makes it seems like I mean, obviously they know him because he's been around the news and everything like that, but I don't know, like they've had interaction before. The way he said it, like it's personal. I know it's personal for Frank, but you figure somebody like the blacksmith in his group, he's probably ruined so many people's lives.
If there's gonna be a tomorrow for anyone, you gotta follow the plan. Go.
What is that?
Get me what I need.
What is that he gave him? Is that just like daggers or what? Somebody just died. Is Elektra here? Oh, yeah. She's here. Of course. Dude, are we going to get a one-on-one with Stick and Elektra? I guess because Karen turned him in, kind of. Let him know where he was headed.
Here, 81 on 41 Street in FD, and ambulances forthwith and notify Harbor to respond. And narcotics.
Oof.
I'm ready.
See, now it seems like these kids are under their own control. Oh my gosh. Maybe they promised him immortality? Oh, dude. Maybe he promised them like immortality or something, right? Oh, I'm like disgusted. Is that Nobu back there with that thing?
She found Stick. She's gonna kill.
Oh. Dude, can she beat Stick in a one-on-one? Dude, I don't know if she could beat Stick. I feel like maybe she could because we've seen the back and forth between Stick and Matt. Sometimes Matt's got the better of him. Sometimes he got the better of Matt, right? So how many people are left from the chase then? Because we've seen Elektra killed 3 now, right? The 2 in the car and the 1 back at the airport.
We need to talk.
I'm all ears.
Is that bro? I'm telling you, the cliffhangers are getting more and more like, oh, man, what an episode, dude. Season 2, episode 11 of Daredevil is in the books, ladies and gentlemen. What an episode, bro. A lot of action this one. You know what I mean? We had some great dialogue, dude. The dialogue in the diner with Karen and Frank. Fantastic, man. I'm telling you, this show, its dialogue is some of my favorite in any show or movie I've seen. I think like there's been so many scenes throughout the course of season 1 and season 2 where it's just dialogue and I'm like, oh my god, dude, this is amazing. This is some of my favorite stuff that I've seen. You know, we had season 1, a lot of stuff with Fisk, obviously him being the main villain. The start of this season, the rooftop scene with Frank and Matt, probably my favorite dialogue scene in the show as a whole. We have this diner scene this episode. Like I really enjoy the kind of like the kind of life stuff this show has when it comes to it. Like he's sitting here talking about the Karen, you know, of all people, I would have never thought him and Karen would be talking about Matt, but he's sitting here talking to her about him, you know, and about love and about, you know, it's better to be in the position you are than in the position I am, right? To be in the position where I lost the person that I love, that I care for the most, right? And maybe you'll find another love one day, but nothing will ever match that kind of one true love, right? And he can never get that back. Death is permanent. Well, I mean, you know, obviously we're dealing with some resurrection shit, but for the most part, death is permanent, you know? And he's like, I would much rather be in a position where that you're in, loving somebody so much and having the chance of being hurt, as opposed to being the position I'm in where I can't love the person that I love anymore. I can love them, but I'll never feel their love again. I'll never feel their anger. I'll never be hurt by them. Like I'll never feel anything. And feeling something, even if it is pain, is better than feeling nothing. You know, it's literally like the old saying, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. You know, and I agree with that, man. Love is it's a complicated thing. It's a painful thing. It's a special thing, man. And as you go through life and you get experiences with different types of love, you know, family type of love, friendship type of love, relationship type of love, you know, kid type of love, you start to understand things differently. And I mean, I'm still learning. I'm still young. I'm 24 years old. You know, I'm still learning and navigating through life, so to speak, right? But the older I get, the more experiences I get, the more I see stuff like this, you know. And I'm sure I'm gonna learn more life lessons as I keep going on. But I love seeing dialogues like that in shows and movies because it just makes me reflect on my own life and things like that. Maybe that's part of the reason I try and dig for that kind of stuff in shows and movies. You know, I see some comments talking about how lately I've been doing that more, and I don't know, man. I find myself enjoying really good dialogue scenes lately as opposed to really good action scenes. Like lately I'd much rather have a super good dialogue scene than a super good action scene. And that's not to take anything away from the action. We had a lot of action this episode, which is great to see. You know, we had a bunch at the start with Matt taking on some of the ninjas. We had some with Frank. We had some with Matt and Frank, which was cool because I think that was the first time they actually interacted. You know, Matt is Daredevil, obviously, since episode 4. But obviously, he's talked with him a few times as Matt the lawyer. But I enjoy seeing that stuff, man. It's great, and this show does a fantastic job all around with it. You know, I was about to say I'm sad I haven't checked it out sooner, but I'm almost kind of glad because, you know, I get to go through it for the first time now. And I mean, it kind of sucks that season 3 is it, but I did hear that Karen and Foggy got recasted to play their characters in the kind of like soft reboot that's supposed to be happening with Disney and Daredevil. So I hope that goes well. And I hope that continues off of this. I don't know how season 3 ends or how season 3 continues. Again, I know once we come to the end of season 2, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm doing with Defenders and stuff like that, if I'm going to continue on or just watch a recap or what. But regardless, man, another fantastic episode is in the books. I don't know if the kids that are kind of being tapped for their blood, like, I don't know how much of it is under their own will. Like, I don't know if maybe they promised them immortality and that's why they're okay with doing it. I don't know if the stuff they put in their bloodstream makes them more susceptible to being controlled or to, you know, being talked into doing things, right? I'm not 100% sure, but I could very well see it be them being like promising them immortality or like this special power if they do all this crazy shit, right? And I mean, there's some people out there that would do it, but I also do think it is them being controlled, because last episode we saw Stan's kid, you know, the accountant's kid, specifically kind of like turn his head almost like he was being controlled or like awakened almost, right? But we got 2 episodes left in the season, man. We got to wrap up a lot of stuff, man. The blacksmith, obviously that guy in the boat wasn't him. We got to wrap up that storyline. And with Frank, I mean, I guess technically that could continue into the Punisher. We also got to wrap up, obviously, everything going on. Hey, unless they continue on in next season, we got to wrap up the stuff going on with the chase, the hand. And I mean, Elektra, I don't know if she can beat Stick, maybe. You know, in comparison to Matt, I don't know how their skill levels are, but we've seen Matt get the better of Stick one time. We've seen Stick get the better of Matt. I think it could go either way. Maybe they kill Stick off, maybe not. He seems like he's kind of at the top of all this thing. I feel like it'd kind of be a waste to kill him off. But, you know, you never know, man. I'm excited to see how we continue this. I'm excited to see how we wrap up the season. But guys, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. Like always, also, if you guys did enjoy this reaction video, make sure to leave a like. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for reaction to be up on Patreon, as well as early access to the next 2 episodes if you guys want to check that out. Link in the description down below. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. What is going on, guys? I hope you all did enjoy that video you just checked out. If you did, make sure to drop a like and comment down below. What is something you guys want to see me react to next on the channel? I want to give a couple quick shout outs to some of my highest tier supporters over on Patreon, man. Shout out to the homie That's So Gordo, the homie Alexander Collins, and the homie Christopher Larimer. Shout out to you guys for the support. Much appreciated. If you guys don't know, I do have a Patreon. You get early access to stuff 2-3 weeks in advance to YouTube, as well as full-length reactions. The link is on screen right now, as well as in the description down below. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.